In today's episode, we're going to take a look at and find out who is Stephen A. Smith and what's his job. And through all that, we should find out why he talks so bad about Kyrie ever since he ain't take that shot. First, we're going to talk about his relationship with Kyrie. Let's take a look at that. When Kyrie Irving left Cleveland, Stephen A. befriended him just to get him to go against another brother, LeBron James.
I reported that LeBron was so ticked off, he'd be tempted to do something, not that he never would. Chances are, if you don't speak to somebody about it, they might take it personally.
That somebody is LeBron.
Do you care about that at all?
I don't think that you owe anything to another person in terms of figuring out what you want to do with your life. And it's not anything personal. I'm not here to tirade anybody. I'm not here to go at any particular person or the organization because I have nothing but love for Cleveland.
Do you believe you can win without LeBron James?
Time will tell.
That answer was too respectable. Stephen A. didn't like that answer.
I asked you what you believe.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of people look at Kobe and LeBron. Which one should we go with?
Look at Stephen A. daring them to say LeBron.
Yes. My dad.
It's called controlling the narrative. The first stage that the narcissist will take their target through is the love bombing stage. That's the stage where they show the fake love.
You wanted more, didn't you? You didn't want Kyrie Irving to walk into this studio, polished and dapper, waxing eloquently about his love for...
This is straight narcissistic behavior. He couldn't get Kyrie to go at LeBron, so he gonna instigate it himself.
What you were craving was to hear him say what we all believe in our heart he feels in his. To hell with LeBron James. I don't give a damn about him. So feel free to kiss his behind all y'all want to. I'd rather him wanting to beat my ass, which is what reportedly was said.
The first thing that the narcissist will hit their target with is a lot of love. It's called love bombing or fake love.
Quite another thing to expect it. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, the Kyrie Irving you saw on First Take yesterday is always that way. At least when I've seen him. He's articulate, he's measured, he's vague, he's even cryptic. His agenda, his ulterior motive.
They will hide their interior motive and act like that's what you're doing. Look how he's acting like he got mad love for Kyrie, but it's really fake love.
He isn't feeling LeBron James. Doesn't particularly like LeBron James.
And it's not anything personal. I'm not here to tirade anybody. I'm not here to go at any particular person or the organization because I have nothing but love for Cleveland.
Obviously, as a teammate at least, LeBron didn't come back home to Cleveland.
Stephen A. is a coward. Kyrie never said this. This is why he befriended Kyrie, so he could hate on LeBron and hide behind Kyrie. This is just what narcissists do. He's defending and talking so good about Kyrie, but let's see how long that lasts.
An NBA superstar remains sidelined during a high-profile standoff over COVID vaccines. The Brooklyn Nets benched point guard Kyrie Irving from all games and practices due to his continued refusal to get the COVID vaccine.
He's above them, and he wants to do what he wants to do.
Kyrie won't take the vaccine. Now Uncle Tom Stephen A. is ready to flip on Kyrie. His job is to keep the slaves in check and make sure they don't try to beat the system. And if they do try to beat the system, Uncle Tom's job is to destroy him. And Master give him a lot of green to cover his shame.
There was $196 million on the table for Kyrie Irving. Let me ask you this question, Jay, because I know you know. You think that $196 million gonna be available to Kyrie come January?
No. Why? Because he didn't take the shot. But why are you mad because he didn't take the shot?
How could you not separate the pandemic as its own thing?
Because
your reasoning to me, you said it live on the show. If it wasn't this, it would have been something, Jay. But this is something massive, Stephen A.
Because while the pandemic was going on,
it's still going on.
Come on, yes. While the pandemic, I was just making the point last year. Jay, if you're talking about just the vaccine, the pandemic, Jay's right. Okay. I am not talking about the vaccine.
Keep in mind that narcissists don't care about lying.
He can't practice with them in the state of New York due to being unvaccinated. I am not talking about the vaccine. Kyrie is gone.
Narcissists are happy at winning the game of destroying you completely. So stay away from them because you never know when they're going to flip.
He's so bizarre. I know. I've spoken to some of them. I am not talking about the vaccine. But eventually, KD has to realize that Kyrie's vaccination status is impacting.
You hear him say he's not talking about the vaccine, but he keeps talking about the vaccine. And it doesn't seem to matter to him that he's lying and that he's on camera lying.
Like I said, I'm not about to force somebody to get a vaccine. Like, that's not my thing. So he can play basketball. Like, no, I'm not about to do that. You know, most of this COVID, all of this stuff has been crazy the last few years. So me, I just try to stay centered and focus on me. When Kyrie's ready to make decisions for himself, he will, and I trust that.
KD just proved. New media what? You better find
KD wouldn't go for his BS. Now he's mad at KD. He's better than KD now.
Podcast and said absolutely nothing.
Draymond Green just called Big Perk a coon, and he don't understand why.
Media don't apply. See, Draymond Green gonna speak.
Is Stephen A. displaying narcissistic behavior? He'll lie about anything. KD just said, what, for basketball? I'm going to make him take a needle for basketball? He said that's not his thing, and it shouldn't be Stephen A.'s thing either.
If Kyrie Irving doesn't get vaccinated, he won't be on the court most nights. I am not talking about the vaccine.
That's on Kyrie, and that's his personal decision. What he does is not on us to speculate what may happen.
I am not talking about the vaccine. And the season is almost here.
Narcissists are great actors.
It's time for KD
they try to play on your emotions.
Ask Kyrie.
Stay away from him.
Yo, bro, you playing or not? Because if KD doesn't hold Kyrie accountable, who the hell else can? Who'd even try?
First, he tried to turn Irving against LeBron. Now he's trying to turn KD against Irving. This guy's a madman.
He doesn't want to answer. People are beneath him. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember the love bombing? The fake love?
Yesterday. It's always that way. At least when I've seen him. He's articulate. He's measured. He's vague. He's even cryptic.
They have so many different personalities and different sides to them. You never know which one you're going to be dealing with each day. They will drain you of your energy. It's their source. Your energies are their source.
I think that Aaron Rodgers, yes, because it's only going to intensify. It just started this morning. And it's going to intensify as the hours and days go on.
Aaron Rodgers not taking a vaccine never intensify. Not on his show.
Kyrie Irving trying to be an actor.
Wow, he's all over the place. Keep in mind that this was during the Black Lives Matter movement. We had so many black activists in the NBA, but his target is Kyrie.
Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember the first stage, the love bombing or fake love?
It's always that way. At least when I've seen him. He's articulate, he's measured, he's vague, he's even cryptic.
So what's wrong with that type of person wanting to be an activist?
Kyrie Irving trying to be an activist.
All right.
You know that.
Exceptional debate representing both sides.
It's a fact.
Pray for him, Jay, but it won't work.
He isn't feeling LeBron James. Doesn't particularly.
A narcissist will continue their destructive ways, no matter what you say or do.
Tirade anybody. I'm not here to go at any particular person or the organization because I have nothing but love for Cleveland.
He isn't feeling LeBron James. Doesn't particularly like LeBron James.
Being with that guy was unbelievable. It was something that I will relish in for the rest of my life because the situations that we came across as individuals.
Check the body language of the narcissist. He's not comfortable with Kyrie talking good about LeBron.
Well, the Nets should be competitive, right? But I actually think this is perfectly set up for them because now
check how you're looking at Jay Will for talking good about Kyrie. He can't stand it. It's killing him.
So now he needs to do more. You take your time.
Look at him. He can't wait to get at Kyrie for not taking that COVID shot. A narcissist will reveal themselves. Just watch their behavior once you disagree with them.
Like, if I'm the Nets, I'm completely fine with that. As long as my
killing
victory
him. He's sick.
is on the court.
Can't wait to destroy another black man.
In a series, I'm not saying to go out and sandbag games. I'm just saying, if you have to take your time extra with Kevin Durant,
Jay Will about to set him up because he know he want to destroy Kyrie.
Now all of a sudden,
Can't wait.
Now you have Kyrie Irving on the floor for not a home court advantage for another team. It's called a home court disadvantage. Like, I've seen what they were able to do to the Chicago Bulls in Chicago when Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin.
He's not listening to a word, just waiting to attack.
If the majority of your games with those three on the floor, then I don't care about home court advantage. Home court advantage don't mean nothing to me with those three dudes on the court.
The road team more than being the home team for the sole express purpose of ensuring that the part-time player that is Kyrie Irving is available? Are you advocating
you get me so
that?
Frustrated with
Are
this
you
stuff.
advocating that? Because the part-time player that is Kyrie Irving.
You're so fixated on the
part-time. Playing at home, right?
Fixated on
I am.
And by the way, I heard you yesterday,
Yes.
which was so disappointing from you.
Yeah.
That you're going to turn this
All
into
because
a
a man
negative
and his
spin.
family decided not to take a vaccination shot.
Because nothing else. It's really Kyrie Irving.
It's really about Kyrie Irving not taking that shot.
I am not talking about the vaccine.
So what are you talking
If
about?
the Brooklyn Nets who have compromised themselves, capitulated to Kyrie Irving. If they
capitulated,
yes, I said.
Interesting.
I said it. If Kyrie Irving's Brooklyn Nets were to win the championship, it's bad for basketball.
Wishes.
It's bad for basketball.
What are Kyrie Irving's wishes?
It's bad. What are you talking about?
You said capitulated to Kyrie Irving's wishes.
Kyrie Irving ain't playing home games.
Is that's a Kyrie Irving wish?
Well, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, he can change it.
Oh, I see. That's what you're talking about.
He can change it.
He can change it by taking a shot, huh? Oh, I forgot. You ain't talking about the shot.
Watch how you got a whole bunch of people in the league that's gonna feel like it's cool.
Because you start
the
this
real
kind of
reason
stuff.
revealed. Your master don't want nobody copying over Kyrie. Kyrie got a huge fan base. That's why they out to destroy him. I see. They want to control Kyrie because that's how they control his fan base. They want Kyrie to act right and cooperate to push the BS to their fan base.
There's a big push to get everybody vaccinated, and now you have the star player who is obviously a visible influencer role model in this community saying that he's not going to do it.
Watch how you got a whole bunch of people in the league that's going to feel like it's
Stephen A. quoting the words of his master because that's what his master's worried about. Uncooperating slaves. That's what he's worried about. And Stephen A. feel protected by his master because I know that Stephen A. didn't grow up like this. Not talking about people and trying to stop their bread.
With players who are unvaccinated and vaccinated to work together.
Look at him. Stephen A. is thinking, how dare you go against master?
Okay? Instead, I'll go back to Kyrie Irving.
Look how his eyes keep blinking because he's excited about knowing that Stephen A. is about to destroy another black man on national television for him and his family deciding not to take a vaccination shot. The narcissist's obsession to destroy is crazy.
And then
we gotta
when
destroy
New York
these
City
type people.
slapped the mandate, it threw everybody for a loop. Last time I checked, that was everybody on the Brooklyn Nets. But once it happened, everybody had to make a decision.
Kyrie made a decision too. You're just too much of a narcissist to see. And you're mad that Kyrie didn't make a decision the same as you.
He ain't having to do this. They ain't want to do it. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them didn't want to do it.
Let me try to understand this. Another man is getting mad because you don't want to take the vac. Somebody you don't even know. That's sick. To put an unknown vaccine in your arm that don't work just to win the chip, but they're still getting sick.
Said, nah, y'all on your own.
Nah, he said he's just not taking the needle. Keep in mind, we just talking about basketball.
You see what I'm saying? After refusing to get vaccinated and as a result missing games and all of this other stuff, you see how comfortable that brother looked?
I mean, them narcissists will lie about everything.
I am not talking about the vaccine.
Okay, Stephen A. the narcissist. Your slave masters heard you loud and clear. Kyrie is trying to beat the system. Once the narcissists know that you're onto them, they will try everything to infiltrate your circle, your family and friends. They will try to turn them against you, get them to believe that you're the problem. Those that go for their BS or go for the trap, there's a name for them. They call them flying monkeys.
Quite frank, he has some decisions to make on his own. So he has to look. I think we know what we're looking for. You know, we're looking for guys that want to come in here, be part of something bigger than themselves.
They will go to your job and try to turn everybody against you with no remorse at all.
Well, do you feel, Sean, it's necessary to specifically say to him that going forward, absences have to be injury-related only, and that personal sabbaticals, personal choices, mandate-related reasons are just not good enough anymore? Is that something you have to directly say to him to go forward with him as a star player on this team?
I think those are going to be discussions. You know, that's not what we planned for. So some are avoidable, and other excuses are of individual nature, and those are the ones that we have to try and avoid. We need people here that want to be here. They're selfless. They want to be part of something bigger than themselves, and there's an objective and there's a goal at stake here. And in order to do that, we're going to need availability from everybody. We made what we felt was the correct decision at that particular time to say, hey, we're not going to have Kyrie around. Like we know, several members of our team who we have coming back. They're going to want to come here and play with the likes of Kevin. I mean, he's an attractive audience for them.
The narcissists get excited when they invade your circle and cause chaos all around you.
And after all, took that money, didn't you? 1 year deal, y'all. 1 year, $36.9 million. Exercises his player option. I guess he's a peon too, huh? that guaranteed 4 years over $200 million that was waiting for you, ain't gonna work that way. We know that offends him. We know that offends him. Funny how karma works, doesn't it?
So you're talking about this man, but he has back home. He's sick. Never follow a narcissist. You'll end up losing everything.
Massive breaking news just in. According to our Adrian Wojnarowski, literally 4 minutes ago, tweeting this. Brooklyn Nets GM Sean Marks is working with Kevin Durant and his business manager Rich Kleiman on finding a trade for the franchise star. Apparently Durant requested a trade from the Nets today, according to Woj. So obviously, I mean, this is going to dwarf anything that happens tonight in free agency. So I'll just, start with you, Wendy. What do you think?
It's obviously surprising in the moment, the timing, but this has been coming for the rest of this week. It's been a topic of conversation amongst top NBA players for a few days, but it appears as if the Brooklyn Nets are going to honor the request and try to find a trade for Kevin Durant. And I will tell you that teams have been working on for this contingency for the last few days. They will hit the ground running. It would not be surprised to me if it happens relatively soon. The second thing is, I believe this will also mean Kyrie Irving will potentially be on the trade market as well.
They've wanted to play together. They want to continue to play together. But the sense is they don't want to do it together in Brooklyn anymore.
When a narcissist get exposed for destroying everything, they go extra hard to try to keep their cover. That's when they go extra hard to control the narrative. He made sure to tell Big Perk, one of his flying monkeys, to ask him this question.
I want to know right now, what do you feel for us with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant going on? I want to know how you feeling about Kyrie Irving right now.
Remember, Traymond called Big Perk a coon.
I feel that Kyrie Irving ruined the franchise. I feel that all of this is his doing. I know he and everybody close to him wants to blame me.
No, everybody want to know why you concerned so much for Kyrie's health and his money. Why you want to control how he lives and how he make his money.
The worst thing I could possibly do is let Kevin Durant get away for little to nothing.
With a narcissist, everything is about I, me. They think they're above everybody. He thinks he is the one who's paying Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Let's replay it.
Worst thing I could possibly do is let Kevin Durant get away for little to nothing. I gotta get the farm
He
for
thinks
Kevin
he's
Durant.
the boss. Is Stephen A. Smith a narcissist? Leave a comment and let us know your thoughts.